These are the most disturbing TikToks that broke my understanding. The United States is saying on the news today that we're going back to the moon. On April Fool's Day, though?
Ready for liftoff at the Kennedy Space Center.
Hey, let's go to the moon!
The Artemis 2 crew now in countdown mode.
We are ready. NASA is ready. This vehicle is definitely ready to go.
The original February launch delayed by a hydrogen leak and pressurization issue.
Take a look. You can see the Orion space capsule that will enter an orbit around the Earth, going around twice. And then it will head towards the moon, where then it will reach its furthest, or hopes to reach, the furthest the humans have ever traveled into space, 280,000 miles from Earth, something never before achieved. All of this will be accomplished in just 10 days.
And this all is supposedly going to take place tomorrow on April Fool's Day.
A mission that then paves the way for a future return to the lunar surface and maybe a permanent establishment of a human presence on our own natural satellite.
Now, this is the part where it gets weird.
NASA says they're going back to the moon on April 1st. I need you to let that sit with you for a second. The first manned mission back to the moon in over 50 years, and the date is on April Fool's Day. But before we get into that, I need to know if you remember this. Look at this shit.
This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit. That is awesome.
Really?
We should, as humanity, we should take a brief moment.
I thought we did this already.
That's awesome.
Jump down the rabbit hole. You have millions of people who don't even believe we went to the moon the first time. And
I mean, if you look at the comments on everywhere they're talking about us going to the moon, they are getting absolutely obliterated under a microscope.
then we fast forward and they make their launch day on a day that's built around jokes. You got guys like Buzz Aldrin being pressed in interviews about what actually was seen up there. You got a filmmaker, Bart Siebel, confronting astronauts, claiming the footage was staged.
People are asking questions. Stuff isn't adding up.
And then you got Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon, who later kept a very low profile and rarely did interviews. Now go back to the beginning. 1969 Apollo 11 moon landing. America lands on the moon in the middle of the Cold War. Massive pressure, global attention. And then while they're up there, they do the unthinkable. Something that still puzzles me to this day. They take a phone call from the president. You heard what I just said? They take a phone call from the... How is that possible?
Were they using Starlink back then? How were they able to do that?
How was that even possible? Now we fast forward to 2026. It's been 50 years since anybody thought about walking on the moon or going to the moon. Why is that? Why did it take so long to go back? And don't tell me, oh, they didn't have the technology. If they were speaking on cell phones on the moon back then, excuse me, if they was taking phone calls allegedly on the moon back then, they had technology, right? So why wasn't it possible to go back? But I guess we're going to sit here and enjoy this moon launch on April 1st, which is tomorrow. See you there.
Like I said, the world is going to be watching. They're going to be under a microscope. I'll be surprised if it actually launches tomorrow, to be honest. Now, this is where things get disturbing.
Okay, so I've been around for a while, but I just found this out that's like 100% confirmed to be true. Did you know that NASA has one of the largest film sets in the world on its property? That they claim, like, I don't even know what their claims are, but they got a massive film studio at the NASA Center.
No way. Let's type it in real quick. Does NASA have a film studio? NASA does not operate a commercial film studio for Hollywood productions, but it operates specialized visualized studios, such as a scientific visual studio and conceptual image lab. Now, does this mean they're generating images or not? You be the judge.
Now, this is the same NASA, which allegedly sent a bunch of guys to the moon, all of which get violent and angry when asked to swear on a Bible that they went to the moon. Which is a very odd reaction. I don't know if you've seen Buzz Aldrin, all these guys. Will you swear on a Bible? No, get the hell out of here. It turns into a big kerfuffle. Now, we have videos and images of the sun now with people with powerful cameras. We got the CGI images of the sun given by NASA, which, by the way, you can Google. Does NASA use CGI? I'll show you the result. Yes, NASA uses CGI, but primarily to illustrate concepts and events that cannot be filmed and for public outreach. So how are they going to use CGI to describe or illustrate, rather, a concept to you? But how do they know what the concept is or looks like that they're trying to CGI in the first place if they cannot film or take a picture of it? Now, to be clear, it says here, it is not used to fake actual photos or videos, of course, but it's presenting photos and videos that are computer-generated images. Illustrating inaccessible events, NASA uses CGI to visualize mission timelines, spacecraft deployments, or events that are impossible to record with a camera, such as the landing of a rover on Mars. They're getting billions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars per day to do space stuff. Are you comfortable with them wasting money to CGI the landing of a rover on Mars? As if that's like important to the findings of what is allegedly going to be found on Mars? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow us for more.
Wow, okay. Somebody commented and said the astronauts have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame because they're actors. No wonder they hurry up and said, no, NASA does not operate a commercial film studio for Hollywood productions. Speaking about generating, look at how the AI servers drink water. You know how you hear, oh, AI servers are drinking so much water? Well, here it is. That thing is chugging. Quick shout out to all my viewers from down under. It looks like you guys are experiencing some bright red in the skies after a tropical cyclone Narelle. I hope you guys are all right. Report in if you're watching this. Man, this is screaming one thing to me if I ran outside. Revelation. I'll be outside listening for the horns. I'm like, where are the horns at? Is it time? What would you guys think if you walked outside and seen this? What would be the first thing you would do? Point of view, your grandma got tangled up in the seatbelt 11 hours into the road trip, so you have to call the fire department to cut her out. Oh, man. All you had to do was sit there, Nana. What were you doing back there?
This is the Chinese zodiac calendar. Here you have listed each and every animal for each year. All of these animals are real, except the dragon. So this Chinese calendar made all these animals real, but the dragon is mythological. So in the process of making these animals as the representatives for the calendar, we're going to choose 11 real and 1 not, or the dragon is real. You have seen the dragon, and that's the reason why you put him there. And because all of the other 11 animals are real, then this one must be real.
I mean, all cultures speak of dragons, so they had to see something, right?
Shannon, the rapture's coming! The rapture's coming! Shannon! Oh, wait, you don't gotta push her inside. Oh, you seen that?
Scientology building shuts down when they spot me.
Doors are open, doors open. Let's see how long till they notice me. All right, up, window shut, other window shut, and that's so rude. I didn't have to say a word.
Dang, they hit the fog on the windows. What exactly are they trying to hide?
Hey Shannon, I just want to make sure you guys aren't trapping anyone in here today like the other day. Hi Twilla, how's it going?
Keeping Scientology's doors closed.
Shannon, I'm interested in joining. I'm interested, Shannon.
She's on Shannon's dome.
It's kind of weird. Oh, were you a part of them? Oh, come on in. Notice the Scientology building in Hollywood had their doors back open. Oh, he's gonna spot me. Look, once this guy spots me, hold on. Normally they would have spotted me by now and shut down the whole building, but the guy in the blue shirt had his eye on his next victim. So of course I had to go across the street and do my good deed for the day and save this woman from a billion-year contract. As I went to go save the woman, Shannon spotted me. As you can see right here, she ran inside. The other recruiter was paged inside by his beeper. The beeper's going off!
The crazy part is, look on the side of the door. All are welcome.
Man, this shit is scary, man. I'm glad this lady caught this, man. Look at this shit, man. Look how dangerous and powerful these seeds are. They just finally did a recall. Wow. She just saved some children.
Look how powerful. You send that to the company. I'm going to do the other side.
Man, this shit is scary, man. I'm glad this lady caught this, man.
That is insane. That's in a Hyundai. Man, if you guys got a 2026 SUV Hyundai, you might want to double check it, because they got a hydraulic press for a seat motor. Last thing you want is little Timmy getting back there. Speaking of back seats, how I realized I should actually clean my car. She got a whole root going back there. Look at that. The sunflower seeds are sprouting. That is insane. I would go plant it. Interesting. It looks like there's no cords connected to whatever material this is. It's plasma, sound, and frequency waves and acoustic vibrations is how this was done. And it looks like 3 silver stones or whatever type of stones they are.
For anyone using Yeti bottles, especially for your kids. I have several Yeti bottles that we rotate each day for our daughter. Recently I started noticing they didn't seem to be getting fully cleaned, so I contacted Yeti to ask how to clean them properly, since they are not designed to be taken apart. Yeti advised boiling them in hot water for 5 to 10 minutes. After doing that, this is what they looked like when they came out. Even though these bottles aren't made to be disassembled, as the seals are basically weaker and the bottles don't work as well afterward. I did anyways, and this is what I found. So,
how are you supposed to clean up in there? If you pour all the water out of the cup and put the lid on and you shake it and there's nothing inside the cup, throw the whole bottle away.
So, if you're using these types of bottles, especially for children, make sure to check them regularly. There could be hidden buildup or contamination you might not notice, maybe even time to change things up.
You're really supposed to use those copper cups, I believe. You know, like a pure copper cup. I believe that's the best way to drink. What do you guys use to drink out of?
I'm going to tell you a little secret. I take a dolphin and I slow it down. It sounds like a monkey. If I take a chimpanzee and I speed it up, it sounds like a mouse. If I take a mouse, slow it down, it sounds like a seagull. If I take a seagull and slow the seagull down, it sounds like a gorilla or a whale. If I take a whale and we speed the whale up, it sounds like birds. Here's some cows. Sped up, they sound like puppies. If we slow crickets down, we're back at birds. Information is transmitted via waves. We can see that, we can hear that.
Damn, like the circle of life.
Mental is the carrier wave. The harmonics differentiate my voice from a singer. Whales communicate below our hearing, so we have to speed it up to hear it. Our hearing is right here, and above it.
Frickin' bats. I love Halloween.
Frickin' bats and whales and dolphins use higher frequencies to see. They bounce the waves off to get an image. Everything is connected this way. Grizzly bears even sound like humans.
Yo, what the hell is this dude talking about?
If older people don't listen to younger people, they become slow amongst older people. When younger people don't listen to older people, they become slower amongst younger people. If young people would listen to older people, they move faster amongst younger people because you got advanced knowledge.
Right.
And when older people listen to younger people, we move faster in the older world because you got new knowledge. So when we listen to each other, we all grow.
And that's facts, but the problem is every generation thinks that their moment is the best moment, and that blinds people. Listening across generations is a major key. It's almost like time travel. Because you're either learning from the past or getting a glimpse into the future. Keep this in mind whenever you see a generational clash. People don't really trip about ideas, they trip about what those ideas mean to who they are. Wisdom without change is just preservation. But innovation without wisdom usually leads to destruction. Shout out to KRS-One for that beautiful message. I say all that to say this. We need to stop judging each other. Because a tree that forgets its roots is gonna fall. Just like a tree that refuses to grow is gonna die.
Wow, I love that. He said it's like time traveling, speaking to different generations.
Carl Jung identified 8 signs of an extremely rare personality type. And if you recognize even half of these traits, you're part of what I call the psychological elite. In his decades of research, Jung discovered that less than 5% of the population develops what he termed differentiated consciousness, a way of experiencing reality that most people never achieve. But here's what's fascinating. These rare individuals often spend their entire lives thinking something is wrong with them. Jung documented case after case of people with extraordinary psychological depth who had been convinced by society that their intensity, their sensitivity, their refusal to accept shallow answers were character flaws rather than signs of exceptional mental sophistication.
Basically, the world nerfed you. Too real for society.
The most shocking part? Jung realized these rare personalities aren't just different, they're evolutionarily advanced. They represent humanity's next stage of consciousness development. Join me as we descend into the depths of Jungian psychology to uncover these 8 definitive signs of rare personality types. If you recognize yourself in these patterns, everything you've been told about being too much will finally make sense, because you're not too much for the world. The world is too little for you. Because here's what Jung discovered that modern psychology still refuses to acknowledge. The traits that make you feel like an outsider aren't defects, they're upgrades. You're not broken, you're breakthrough. Jung wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But what if who you truly are doesn't fit into society's narrow definitions of normal? Carl Jung identified 8 signs.
There's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with the world.
The human eye is often compared to a camera, but it is actually a filter. The creators designed the optic nerve to block 99% of the available visual data in the universe. We exist in a sea of swirling energies, spirits, and interdimensional structures, yet our biological lenses are tuned only to the dense vibration of reflected light. This blindness is not a defect, it is a feature to keep the consciousness focused strictly on the physical task at hand, preventing us from being distracted by the true population of the cosmos. The human eye is often...
Look how the human eye almost looks like what they perceive as a galaxy. You know, the eye is like a black hole. They say eyes are windows to the soul, right? It says, y'all couldn't pay me $1 million for this job. Oh yeah? What job is it? Oh, he's looking down. You better keep that thing lashed. What does it say this is? A wind turbine. No, you're definitely up there. I hope they got like some type of harness attachment or something while they're up there. And how do they get all the way up there? Are those stairs, or is it just 1 mile long ladder they have to climb? And another thing, do these things even work? My electric bill ain't getting no cheaper. If you thought I wasn't going to hit you with another excellent specimen of the day today, think again. Houston! Alright, we got a different one here. We got a little vanilla ice cream effect with a glacier blue raspberry on there for you. And don't forget about the little glacier crystals on the side. A lot going on with this piece. If you're new around here, we rate these 1 through 10 and we give it a name. My rating for this, I'm gonna give this about an 8.5. We finally made it out the 9s, man. We was getting banger after bangers, but this is a nice specimen as well. A lot going on with the cubes, the ice cream side, and this blue raspberry pyramid, to say the least. I'm gonna give this an 8.5, and I'm gonna name this the Rhino Ice Cream Stone. That's the, that's kind of got the horn. That's the best I got. Drop your names and ratings in the comments below. Alright guys, today we covered NASA prepares for a historic moon mission tomorrow on April Fool's Day. What are your guys' thoughts on that? All that? Do you think it's going to go down tomorrow? How do you think it's going to be? The code word for today is moon. Go ahead and drop moon in the comments below. When you do that, that lets me know you're a real one. You made it all the way through the video. These were the most disturbing TikToks that broke my understanding.